should be will be made by Shnayder, and her subject is Steppe Eagle in Altai-Sayan mountains, Altai-Sayan region. Sorry.
Can you? Is it works? Okay, so it's okay. So my presentation would be about the population trends in southern Siberia, and yeah. So okay, I try. So, okay, so here is a map of some distribution of Steppe Eagle. This map is quite old, and that Aral-Caspian population is not stable at all, nowadays. But our population is in Altai-Sayan region is still considered stable, and it is estimated as 1,300 to 1,700 pairs. It seems it works, yeah. Okay, so since 1999, our team conducts surveys in this wonderful region, and here we have in Koshagaj district of Altai Republic, we have a core region that nowadays encompasses around 79 known breeding territories, plus numerous breeding territories on periphery. We regularly conduct surveys in this core area, trying to make it every year or two. Then, here are some results of our surveys. And in 2022, we conduct the biggest nest survey in decade that encompasses around 90% of the core population. So here just 2020. And in the previous year, we were able to conduct around 40 to 60% of the population. And despite the number of surveyed territories differ between years, the portion of occupied territories always remain at one level around 80%. The exception of 2017, you can see here that in 2017 it seems that we have 93% of occupied nests, but it's actually not true because it's due to biased data set, because I have to collect that data from our reaming database, because I don't have raw data. So actually this data from 2017, it lacks information about empty nests. But if you really look at the number of the rate of successful nests, we will see that there are big differences between years. I want to pay your attention to these two drops of breeding success in 2019 and 2022, which perfectly consider with the years when we found very high mortality rate between nestlings and between adult birds. In 2018, we found 8 dead adults at our core area of Steppe Eagle. Actually, we start finding dead birds already in 2017, but then they peaked in 2018, and together with dead Steppe Eagles, we also found that red-billed choughs and upland buzzards. Later in 2019, the rate of deaths lowered, and we got a quite high percentage of young partners in pairs, which replaced the dead ones. And in 2022, we have quite high rate of dead nestlings and dead eggs actually in the nests. So here is distribution. Oh, I have many arrows. I forgot about. Here's a map of special distribution of breeding territories that suffered from nestlings or adult losses. It's red dots. Yellow dots are intact breeding territories, and green one is a place where local livestock farms are located. And here is a map of deerotization activities in this Koshagach region of Altai Republic that were conducted in 2017. And the deerotization measures were taken to prevent plague that is transferred by marmots. So they tried to kill all marmots, actually. And if we place both maps together, we can see that the areas where we have dead adults or dead nestlings are perfectly considered with the area where this area were treated with poison. So here's a cluster. Oh, is it? Sorry, this. So here's a cluster that's located close to village of Tashanta. Here is a cluster close to the village Janaul, and some cases in the gorges where also treated farms locate. We managed to make research on 3 dead birds, and we found that they died because of bromadiolon. We tried to do something. We tried to put attention of local authorities and our nature conservation ministry, but I should say that we failed, and our attempts were not effective because when they try to cope with some human disease, they really don't pay any attention towards nature. But in fact, you all, I think, understand that the problem is that their methods are completely wrong. In 2022, we have again high mortality rates in nestlings. But this time we found nearly no dead adults. I think it's due to they start using a combination of 2 drugs, difenacum and bromadiolon, and somehow I found quite a lot of semi-digested remains of rodents that actually adult birds just vomited. So probably that's the case why they survive while nestlings cannot do this, and we have a high mortality rate among them. So how actually does it, this poison case affect the whole population and the breeding success? Since 2014, in the core area, we have 18 new breeding territories, 12 more territories recovered from the previous abandoning, and just 8 territories were abandoned since 2014. We also have 31 stable territories in the area and 18 more territories for which I don't have enough data to make any estimation about their status. And so what I can conclude that since 2014, the core population of Steppe Eagles in Koshagach district increased by 23 pairs, and now it makes 73 pairs versus 50 in 2014. So it's quite a big growth, and I think it's possible due to quite high breeding success that still remains in this population. And the next part of the topic would be a short to describe the situation in III Republic. So it's another region of Altai-Sayan. And here we have this catastrophe with bromadiolon happened already in 2002. And This happened actually in Mongolia. They treat around 5,000 square kilometers with bromadiolon. And it happened in April when many, well, probably most of our eagles were still there. And since 2002, the population in Tuva steppe is extinct. Oh, well, actually was extinct because since 2011 it started recovering. So where is this Tuva steppe? Tuva steppe is right here, this tiny white patch. And actually it's a pretty nice vast area that previously was used as arable lands, but nowadays it's mostly intact. And that's how it looked like, and these pretty hills are perfect habitat for steppe eagles. So from 2004 till 2010, there was no breeding pairs of steppe eagles at all after extinction in 2002. But first 3 pairs settled in 2011, and then population started slowly growing. And in 2014, we already have 4 active nests there, and in total 6 occupied territories. So today we have from 11 to 13 breeding territories in the area, and it's quite interesting to see how this progress, to look at the progress of new breeding territories appear. So by 2018, we got 2 new pairs compared with 2014, and very interesting feature it was that 1 pair was a 3 breeding pair. That's a stereotype that never was seen in this region before. So 1 pair settled a nest on a tree, and in 2 years in a row they successfully raised their nestlings. But unfortunately, on 2021, the male from this pair was killed in a car accident on the road nearby its nest. So we lost that pair. But by 2021, we got 9 new pairs, lost 4 from the previous existing ones, and 2 out of 9 new pairs were also 3 nesting. So here where they've been. So that's the place where we lost first 3 nesting pair, and that's where we got 2 more of them. And it's very interesting that one of these pairs occupy a breeding platform that was specially built for birds we expect to come with the tree nesting stereotype. But unfortunately, this pair never was successful while they breed on that platform. While they switched to nest on a hill slope, they were successful. Back in the platform, and they got no breeding success, unfortunately. In 2022, we got another pair of 3 breeding birds, but unfortunately, female was shot dead near its nest the same year. So, in 2023, we have very low breeding success due to unfavorable weather condition, and out of 11, only 3 pairs have nestlings. So that's we have these problems everywhere in steppe area of Eurasia, I think. So that was a very bad year for raptors, and I hope it will not last for long. So what I can conclude about the Tuva population, that in 10 years, the population number grows from 6 pairs to 13. Then only 3 breeding sites were stable through all of this time, despite breeding partners. There was some turnover breeding partners, but 3 pairs breed every year in a row. Then 10 new breeding territories were established, and 3 breeding territories recovered. And in total, 4 pairs with a new 3 breeding stereotype settled on our territory. And but only 3 cases out of 8 of their breeding attempts were successful. So if we look at the breeding success, that we can see that it rise before 2019, and then it it started declining. But anyway, it still remains quite high, except for 2023. That is, I hope, just a special year, not a tendency. I expect that our population will continue growing, and we hope that more and more tree breeding pairs will appear here in our territory. We have several theories about where they're coming from. It could be our natal birds just spending time in Kazakhstan, looking at birds breeding in Kazakhstan and gain the same stereotype of breeding, or probably it is birds from Kazakhstan population, or probably it's birds from Eastern Siberian population that spread to our region. So thank you for your attention. That's it.
Thank you very much, Lena.